Hey Mark, Casey here from my Amazon guy. It's been a while since we last spoke, so I just wanted to check in and see how your listings are doing. So, doing a quick review and a quick check in on some of your top ASINs, I've noticed that I think that the product posters are still quite the same. The very first thing that's kind of like a red flag to me here is that in this tactical shooting targets, you don't showcase anywhere how many am I going to be getting. I see that there's a tag on here, but I'm not sure how many that would be. So right now, this is just looking like you have 25 quantity on the bottom. That's going to get cut out if just people would search for this in the search engine. And if I scroll down through here, I don't see anywhere how many am I going to be getting for that value for money proposition for the 35.95. If I'm thinking that there's just five or 10 or even worse, like one, then most often than not, you're going to have a higher bounce rate here than what you're supposed to if you're putting in some infographics over here, some of the aspirational photos, and some information on like how big is this target. Like it's 22 inch by 34 inch. Is that standard? Is that pretty normal? Is that usually used for like smaller range, shorter range, longer range? If there's any technical information in that one, we want to be able to put it on here. The other one, it's kind of like a concern for me is that I see that you have the brand story on here, but nowhere in here can I click on your listing on the store for it to bring me to your storefront. Which means that yeah, you do share that hey, Gunzi sells like targets, you have survival kits, you have bags and packs. Nowhere in your listing can I find a way to purchase on your brand? Can I find a way to add to cart? Ideally, when you go to the bottom of the A plus content, there should be some cross-selling experience. For example, your emergency water straw. Is that going to make sense to be put in together with the small tactical bag? Is that going to make sense with the emergency kit that you have? So those are the things that we want to improve on the listing because this is already present traffic. People already gave a chance to look at your listing. Ideally, we should make it easy for them to buy from us, as opposed to what is happening right now on your listings. But the other one, the really glaring concern for me is that when I go and check your sponsored keywords to organic keywords, you are really paying a lot in PPC to get the sales where you're at right now. I'm not sure if you're doing 10K, 20K. My assumption is that let's say you're doing 10K right now in revenue. My assumption is that you are paying almost 5, 7K for that to happen. So I'm thinking that your ratio right now is not really good in terms of sponsored to organic ones. And the reason why I'm able to say that is because if I filter this from 1 to 20, you have 879 sponsored keywords. Half of those, more than half of those, is sponsored. If I filter this, the same thing for your organic keywords, 1 to 20, so ideally you should be higher in the page, ideally between this 1 to 20 rank. This one only has 32, which tells me that you have 479 versus 32 organic keywords. Majority of the traffic that you're getting, you're paying for it. And I'm not sure if you're going to be breaking even or if this is profitable for you. Ideally, you should have more organic keywords than your sponsored ones. On paper, this looks like you have 680, but ideally, and technically, realistically, you only have 32. This is happening across all of your listings. When I checked on here, you see I filtered this from 1 to 20. This is even worse on your smaller, slower moving products because this one, literally only the brand name is showing organically. If they don't know Gunzi, if they don't know your brand, then there's no way that they could find this product. And you are paying a lot in keywords for this one. I think when I checked here earlier, this is also around I think 400 400 sponsored keywords. And this is one, yeah, this is 486. This is how much you're paying for this listing alone. You have Voodoo Tactical Bag on here, and they have you have Jan Sports Sling Backpack, Sling Bag. So I think those are all relevant keywords. But if I filter this from like the lower ones, we would see here like there's Adidas Slingback. So I'm not sure if you're targeting that anti-theft shoulder pack. So there's also a med pack tactical bag, theme park bag. So we should think about like if this traffic is going to go into your listing, if I go and see these photos, is this going to look like it's something that I could bring on an amusement park? Because it seems like it looks here like you have a knife firearm on here, then definitely people who are looking for theme park, amusement park bags, something that they could bring to Disney, this is definitely not going to be on their radar because they're going to be like, oh, this is actually not what I'm looking for. So we need to understand like that keyword. Oh, yes, it's relevant. Yes, it's something that you could use. But if people go through this listing, are they going to buy this based on the use case? So we do need to have that relevancy based on what is also being shown on your listing. So those are the key things to kind of like improve. And if you're ready for someone to actually manage it, take it daily, share everything that I've shared with you and kind of like implement those based on the marketing standards, based on best practices on Amazon, feel free to let me know. Happy to move the conversation forward whenever you're ready.